So in this program, we will do addition of two matrices. So here to define a matrix, we need a 2D array. So I have already taken three 2D array A, B, C. In A and B, I'll scan values from the user, and in C array, I'll calculate the addition of these two and store in the C. So I have also defined a scanner object. So now let us start by taking input in the first matrix. I'm simply writing a statement so that it prompts the user to enter number for first array. To scan values, I'm using a double loop because this is a 2D matrix. And in this I'm using a loop for each of the column. J is equals to 0, j less than 3, and then j plus plus. Oh, this is capital. So to scan values, I'm writing aij is equals to sc dot next int. So this loop will scan value for first matrix. Same loop I'm copying for second matrix. So now I'll scan values in B array. So now to calculate the sum, we know that each one index has value of other two indices, like C00 will be computed as sum of A00 plus B00. Alright, so similarly, let me copy this statement. C01 will be calculated, 2 and 3 will be calculated as sum of A01 plus B01, A02 plus B02, and like this. So this is the sum of first row. Similarly for second row and for third row, only the starting index will change. Here it is denoting row number 0. For 1, let me do it. This will calculate the sum for first row. So if you want, you can try and run if it is working or not. Like, let me take a double loop again to print the statement. And one more loop, j is equals to 0, j less than 3, j plus plus, and let me print c of I and j. Okay, so let us try. So we have done addition of 0 row and first row, and not for second row. It will be same. So first 9 values are for first matrix, and then I'm entering 9. Oh, so it is array index out of bounds. So what is the mistake? Okay, so the mistake is this third number. This statement is not valid. Third index will not be a valid index. So this array, this error, if you read it, java.lang.array index out of bound exception. This means that I have used an index which was not in the bound. So since I have declared an array of 3 size, elements index up to 2 will be valid. If I write a statement 3, C3 or C03, that will be an invalid index. So now let us try again. In console area, I have entered 9 numbers. For second matrix again, so it is showing 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, and rest 0, 0, 0 because I have not calculated sum for second row. So we want after each row this should be printed in new line. So println will give a new line. Alright, so see why I have written this, so that you can understand the need of loop. Here we had a matrix of 3 by 3. Suppose we had a matrix of 10 by 10 or 100 cross 100. We would have to write so many statements, like for 10 by 10 for 10 rows, and for each row there are 10 columns, so there will be 100 statement. So with the help of loop, how this is done, we find what is one variable that is same and is changing just by a few values. So suppose if I'm using I instead of this 0, so this complete statement can be written as like this, right? If I'm mentioning I is equals to 0, we can write C0I is equals to A0I plus B0I. And suppose after this statement again I'm doing I plus plus, so this statement can again be written as C0I is equals to A0I plus B0I. Alright, similarly if I do I plus plus, second statement, third statement again will be written as this. So when we have to do a repeated task, we are using a loop. So in the loop, first part is the initialization. Let me do it with j variable so it won't give create any confusion. And then j plus plus, oh sorry, second part is for condition. The condition is j should be less than 3, and then j is incremented. These statements will be removed, and I'm using a different variable, not I, because just to avoid some confusions. So this statement will give C00, C01 and C02 addition for these three columns. Similarly for first row also I can use a loop, and in this loop instead of 0 I'll write 1. Alright, so it will give these three statements. And similarly for third last row I'll again repeat the statement with index 2. So now we can see this loop is repeatedly being called. Alright, first for C0j, then for C1j, and then for C2j. So we are using an outer loop for I is equals to 0 because it started with 0, C0, and then 1, and then it went up to 2. So I is equals to 0, I should remain less than equal to 2, or I can also write I less than 3, then I plus plus. Let me format it with Control Shift F. Okay. Alright, and this outer loop, what will it do? It will repeat this inner loop for 3 times. So I don't need these loops also. So this is the short and simple program for addition of two matrices. What this loop will do, it will do the addition, and this final loop will print the output. So let us once more. So this is the sum 2, 4, 6, and then 0. Oh, 0. Why it happened? Okay, so because we have not changed this 0 index. So every time when the loop was running, it was calculated sum in the 0th row. So now it will calculate sum in ith row, 0, 1, and 2. Okay, so such mistakes are helpful because it clears the understanding what should be written. And what if we have written something else? What will it do? Alright, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So if you want to give some space also, here you can write plus and then some space or backslash tab.